I found out that we're having a baby, and it's just crazy because I prayed for this and I trusted God to be able to give us our child. It's just really crazy that doctors told me that I potentially can't have children right now, and God did this. He gave it to us. Okay guys, so what you just saw was when we first found out that we were having a baby. So I recorded those that same exact day, like probably an hour or so after I found out. So today's video is obviously very different. It is very serious and it has been very emotional. So we wanted to record this for you guys to kind of just let you know what happened, and that this does happen, is very serious and it's very scary. So we kind of just wanted to share our journey with you, so that's what today's video is.
Yeah, you guys, so just like you know, we go through stuff in life, and you know, things are not perfect on our end, and you know, we go through some real life situations, and I just think through the beginning of this year and the previous year, just me and my wife have been going through a lot, but we have persevered through all of it. And so yeah, but we want to I guess talk to you guys about this because we know that there are other people out there that have gone through a similar situation,
right,
and they may be currently going through this, and we want to give y'all hope and know that, you know, this is not the end, you know. So
alright y'all, so it was probably like the beginning of March when we first found out. Literally we was just chilling, like we was downstairs, and like, you know, just everything that was occurring, I just didn't think it was like from a pregnancy, so I wasn't expecting to be pregnant, you know. So I went upstairs, took a test. I took like one of those really cheap, like inexpensive tests, and it was positive, and I was like very, very, very surprised. So I didn't say anything to Abby yet. I went to go get one of my first response tests that I had, and I took that one. I'm like, you know, a first response is a more expensive test. I figured, you know, it definitely would be real. So I took one of those and it was positive. So I was like, wow, like I must really be pregnant. So I run downstairs, I show Abby, tell Abby, like, was both like kind of shocked.
And this is like big news.
You know, I had other infertility issues that I just wasn't at all thinking that I could either get pregnant right now, or just overall it would even be possible.
Right.
So like, I was very surprised, like very surprised. So so then after that, we had actually left probably like within that 30 minutes, and we went to Walmart. We bought like the clear blue like test that said pregnant or not pregnant,
because we had to know. We shut down everything. We was doing something. We was like, no, we gotta find out now.
Right. So we had went to Walmart, and I was like, you know, the pregnant or not pregnant is gonna be like it's gonna tell you. So we went, we bought one. We took it, and it says pregnant. So we're like, you know, this is real, like we're really pregnant. So, you know, I called, followed up with my doctor, all that stuff, made my appointments. This is when it got a little bit scary, because when I went, I was getting blood work done 3 times a week, every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday. And I was going consistently because my levels were increasing and decreasing. And generally when your HCG levels increase and decrease, and your HCG is your hormone that detects you're pregnant, it was increasing and decreasing. And generally they said that was a sign of a miscarriage, because they said, you know, it should continue to rise in early pregnancy about every 24 to 48 hours. And it wasn't doing that. So then it slowly started to go up like little by little.
Yeah, we didn't lose, you know, we didn't lose faith, so we just wrote it out and just kept praying, stuff like that, and it started to go back up.
Yes. And that Monday when I went, it actually went up, and it actually more than doubled to what it was, right, which we were just like, you know, like we were so grateful. And it was hard because, you know, the doctors called me with my results and saying, hey Destiny, here's your results, and basically with your levels decreasing like this, basically prepare yourself for a miscarriage. And
Right.
as doctors tell you that, you know, you don't want to hear that over the phone. And I'm just like, how could they even know it based off of just levels? Like, it was hard. So
And just to add on, not knowing, it just kind of, in some I know they're just supposed to just give you the facts and stuff like that, but
yeah,
you know, it kind of feels a little insensitive, especially when you don't know what the person has been through already in the preceding years.
Right.
Like, if someone had just lost a child like 2 years ago, and then you're just saying, yep, you need to prepare for miscarriage, that's like, and it's kind of nonchalant.
Yeah.
Out of all that, it's just kind of, you know, difficult.
They wanted me to keep coming back and coming back and coming back, but my levels at that point were staying at a consistent. They weren't going up, they weren't going down.
Right.
And because of that, it's now like, you know, I was already at like that 5-week mark. So I had went back and I went to go get an ultrasound. The ultrasound basically showed that I had more tissue than I did prior, when they really didn't see anything inside of my right fallopian tube.
Yep.
And they said that that was an indication of an ectopic pregnancy.
It changes the entire game
Entirely. So because of that, you know, as I would be a first-time mom, I wasn't, you know, exactly knowing what an ectopic pregnancy was. And so, but I did know a little bit about it. So as soon as she told me that, she had basically, after I got my ultrasound, I went to go see my doctors, and my doctor basically was like, you know, you're having an ectopic pregnancy. We need to catch it now, because ectopic pregnancies are very life-threatening, and you know, you don't know what could you know, happen in a few days or so.
So it's like, now it's not just a miscarriage of you just losing a baby, but now it's the fact that the egg is inside of your fallopian tube, and this can cause internal bleeding, and this can cause internal damage to the point where you can lose your life.
Right.
And so this just changes the whole thing, because now it's not just the baby's life is in danger, her life is in danger as well.
Right. I instantly called Abby after the appointment. I told him what's happening. He drove me to the hospital. This was probably like the hardest experience that I went through, because I was alone. Because of COVID-19, hospitals changed their policies that had a no guest policy. And because of that, when I went to the hospital, they actually admitted me into the hospital. And I was there for, you would say, maybe like about 5 hours or so. And within that 5 hours, I was getting so much blood work done, so much just testing done and stuff like that. And since the hospital didn't get my results from the doctor, everything that I just did at the doctor's, they redid at the hospital. My ultrasounds, my labs, my everything. So I went into the hospital, and I was just waiting and waiting. And basically they told me, in order to terminate this pregnancy, they have to give me a drug called a mevatroxine injection. And basically this injection is used in chemotherapy patients. And this medication will basically kill the cells that are like within your body or whatever. So they generally use this in an ectopic pregnancy. Luckily, my results of my HCG levels were decreasing. Within a week, they were at 0. It's definitely hard just to experience the loss of a child. And there's probably so many people out there that struggle with infertility, and like, you just can't lose hope. And your time will come, and maybe that this for me was a sign for something, and maybe I will be blessed with another child sometime soon.
But I guess I look at the positive of it all, is the fact that, number one, imagine if she didn't know it was an ectopic pregnancy. Like, what if she didn't catch it? What if she never took a pregnancy test or anything like that, you know? And what if she did lose her fallopian tube?
Right.
And she had to go into surgery? What if it was even worse, and not only did we lose our child, but I lost you?
Yeah, so lastly, guys, the last thing that I wanted to tell you just about this journey is that I wanted something in remembrance of our pregnancy. And as much as 6 weeks may seem like early on, at 6 weeks the baby was developing their limbs at that time. They're developing their eyes. You could potentially hear the heartbeat at that time. 6 weeks is early on, but at the same time, like, I was creating that child, and I felt the pregnancy symptoms. I felt, everything that came along with it. So it was difficult knowing that we just lost our child. So I wanted something to, just always remember this, even though it will never be forgotten. So the first thing that we did is we did a photo shoot. So I'll drop a few of our photos down here at the bottom.
And a video shoot.
Yes, and at the end we released balloons, to the baby in heaven. There is a group on Etsy, and it's called My Tangible Piece. And so basically she home makes pieces for any mothers or fathers who have lost their children. And she makes them like homemade, and she even says homemade with love. So this is the box that we got in the mail for it, and basically we just got a piece made for our 6 weeks. And so this is what it looks like. She put it in a heart, and it has the baby in it at 6 weeks. So this is what it looks like. So as you see, he or she was very small. I just wanted to say to all the moms out there, all the dads out there, if you have lost a child, no matter if it was through a miscarriage, an ectopic pregnancy, a stillbirth, no matter how you lost your child, even if your child was already just premature or already full term, like even if you carried the child full term, you're still a mom, you're still a dad, and don't give up, because your time can happen. And just keep praying and just stay strong. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching our video today. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you if you watched all the way to the end of our video. We appreciate your guys' love that you continue to show us on our channel. And we just love you all. At the end of this video, as soon as we close out, we're going to insert the clip of when we released the balloons. We love you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
See y'all.
We're out.
Stay strong.
Stay strong. Peace.